everybody. How we doing this happy Friday? It is gorgeous today. The storms passed through. We got a lot of wind, a lot of rain. No major damage here where we live. Our pool looks like it'll be up and running this evening. All the chemicals did everything it's supposed to do. You can see in it now. It's just beautiful. So we're going to have breakfast out on the patio by the pool here in a few minutes. So I am making, for lack of a better word, okay, a hot pocket for breakfast. So let me show you what we're going to do. Okay, I have 2 of these low-carb tortillas, okay. I have a piece of Swiss cheese, and I have exactly another one laying over there that's going on top. All right, the Swiss cheese, you can use any cheese you want. I'm not a huge Swiss cheese person, but Miss Mindy is, and so I have a half a package left, and I'm not, you know me, I'm not going to waste it. I mean, if it's something I just can't eat or can't stand, then it's just going to go. But I can eat this. It's just not my very favorite. But there it is. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. I sprayed my little waffle thingy, and I'm going to put one of these on the bottom, and so there we go. Now it's sitting in there. It's not on yet. So in the skillet this morning, I have a little bit of garlic butter and a little bit of onions. Now, because I love onions so much, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll cut an onion in half, and I will go ahead and dice up in little bitty pieces, okay, a half of an onion, and just have it in a bowl with a lid so it doesn't smell like my refrigerator. And then I'll toss in, I don't know, there's probably a tablespoon in there. All right, I make my own garlic butter, so the same thing, it's sitting in the fridge. I just take it out and carve off a chunk and throw it in. I don't measure it. Now, I will tell you, if I am making a recipe for the first time, I will follow the instructions to the letter, provided I'm not allergic to something that's in it. With baking, I don't mess with baking. It is, you do not mess around. That stuff has been figured out, and if you start tinkering with it, you are asking for disaster. So I don't. I mean, if you want to make it chocolate instead of banana, you can do that kind of stuff. But you don't mess with the amounts of flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder. You don't mess with that stuff. Okay? And I am not a good enough cook to invent my own recipes like that. Now, this kind of stuff I can do. All right, so we're sauteing this up. And then y'all know that I have my ground turkey that I cooked up the other day. And we are going to add, I have my little tablespoon. So it's already cooked. So I'm going to give the onions a couple more minutes to do. And then I'll put in 2 nice heaping tablespoons like this. Okay. And then I will add my 1 farm fresh egg and a tablespoon of cottage cheese, because we definitely want to bump up our protein intake. And then I've already had a cup of coffee and half of my sunshine. Oh, I got to show you guys. Look what Mindy got me. It came in yesterday afternoon, but just before the storms hit. Look at that. It's a pink 40-ounce mug. She said she ordered me the sparkle one, but they sent her an email and said they were out of sparkle if they substituted a plain one. So Mindy said she will watch, and when they have sparkle ones in, she will get a sparkle one. Because that's why I never got around to getting it, because when they had the sparkle one, and I was thinking, okay, I'm willing to cough up the $35 for it, because it was on sale, they didn't have any pink sparkle. And so I didn't get it. Well, they didn't tell Mindy on the website that they were out of the sparkle one. So they sent me this one. But that's okay. It's pink, and Mindy bought it for me. So it's going to have my Profi in it when I make my Profi to go to Domino's this afternoon. All right, so here we go. We're going to throw in our 2 tablespoons of ground turkey. Now, you can use ham. You could use sausage. You could use bacon. Okay, you can use leftover roast beef. You can use leftover chicken. I mean, think outside the box, ladies and gentlemen. You can add some taco seasoning to this. If you like Asian stuff, you got some Asian sauce in there. Like, look here. It's not open. I'm going to use it in the next day or so. Mongolian garlic. Okay, it's a garlic sauce. You pour it on your, I'm going to make some chicken and broccoli With some onion and some mushrooms and some bamboo shoots and some water chestnuts. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. And I can't make just a teeny amount, so I'll divide it. It'll be 3 meals for me. That's the way it works. So anyway, let me put you guys on pause. Y'all know I told you what I'm gonna scramble in, and then I'll show you what we're putting in to make it look good, and then we'll have breakfast. Don't go away. I'll make sure I push the right button too. All right, right button pushed and all. All right, here's our breakfast. This is, what is this? This is some onion, some seasonings, heaping tablespoon of cottage cheese, 1 farm fresh egg, and 2 tablespoons of ground turkey. Okay, and then in my waffle thing here, let me see if I can get you guys where you can see it. There you go. That is a tortilla. One of the low-carb, no-carb tortillas with a slice of Swiss cheese that's already on there. I just plugged it in. It's all sprayed. Now, we are going to put this mixture right in there. I think it might be a little much. That's all right. We got our little tablespoon here that I use for the cottage cheese and the turkey. So we'll just squish it around. Now, if you notice, let me tip it down a little bit. See how I have it on a plate? Okay. The reason behind the plate is if you overfill your chaffle maker, if you're making an actual chaffle and it runs out, then you have something to catch it on. So that you don't have such a mess on your counter to clean up. So then what you do is you can just let it cool, throw the paper plate away, and clean up the machine. It'll just wipe right off. So we put a little extra of this spray on it. Again, please note you can use anything you want. You can use real butter. You can use the handheld spray. If you've got one of those that you pour your oil in and you spritz it on. Or, you know, if you want to use a little bit of mozzarella cheese, Miss Tanya showed us that trick. You just a few little pieces. Works like a charm. All right, so we're going to let this cook, and I'll be back because I only have 10 minutes, and I'm running out of time. So I'll be back. I'll push the right button.
Your OJ died the other day.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm back. We're out on the patio. We're going to enjoy our breakfast. So let me tell you what we got going on for breakfast. All right, we drank half of our 40-ounce cup. This is one of the ones Mindy got me. It's all sunshiny. And here's my drag up coffee, Mr. Bean Flicker himself. Now today, my second cup, it has Orgain plant-based protein shake in it because Mindy left some behind, and once they've been in the refrigerator, we find that if you take them out, they get all gross and nasty. So I'm just going to use them up because they'll probably be expired before she gets back down here. So I put some of that in my coffee. So it only has 20 grams, so a third of that. We're going to say it has 5. It probably has a couple more, but we're not going to worry about it. So here's my breakfast. All right, I cut it in half. So let me tell you what we have for our total for breakfast this morning. This morning, we are going to have a total of 50 grams of protein. Okay? So, the turkey has 15 grams of protein. The cheese, since we have 2 slices of it, has 14 grams of protein. 7 per slice. I have 2 slices today. The tortillas have 5 grams of protein each. There's 2 of those, so that's 10. That's a total of 39. Then we have 1 egg this morning. That's 6. And remember, depending on who you look at, so who tells you whether it's got 6, 7, or 8. We're going to go with 6. That way we know what we're getting. If we're over 1 or 2, that's great. All right. And then, of course, my shake, we're going to say it has 5. That's a grand total of 50 grams of protein for breakfast this morning. Some taco sauce. And you can put as much or as little as that you want. If you like things really spicy, you could put some jalapenos in there when you're scrambling up your egg. Oh, I forgot the cottage cheese. I have